My party and I are indebted to the people of Tamil Nadu.
The historic, this thing, kind of, initiative taken by the people of Assam, and a record number of voters have come forward spontaneously to support BJP and allies party.
വലിയ വിജയമായിരിക്കും LDF നേടാൻ പോകുന്നത്.
Well, victory and defeat, but the day clearly belongs to two leaders who also happen to be ladies. Jayalalitha and Mamta Banerjee have scripted a historic victory. Jayalalitha scripting a historic victory in Tamil Nadu. She is the first chief minister in the state to win a consecutive term in over 3 decades. And Mamta Banerjee has simply decimated the left in West Bengal to gain a 2/3 majority. Before we begin this special discussion, here's the big national picture from the 5 state elections, which is almost like a mini election. The BJP has emerged as the clear winner. That's the party to watch out for. The party has won Assam. This is the first time that the BJP has won an election in the northeast. Not just that, the party has also won its first ever seat in Kerala and 6 seats in West Bengal. In both Kerala and West Bengal, the BJP's vote share is above 10%. Now, the Congress party has emerged as the big loser. It has lost power in both Kerala and Assam. With this, India now has just 6 Congress-ruled states, and Karnataka is only the last remaining big state under the Congress rule. The big question is around the goods and services tax, at least as far as us here on CNBC TV 18 is concerned. Both Mamta Banerjee and Jayalalitha will play a decisive role in the fate of this crucial legislation. Mamta Banerjee once again has backed the passage of the GST bill today, but Jayalalitha has remained non-committal so far. Joining us now to discuss the implications of these crucial state elections for the special discussion, GVL Narasimha Rao of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress, and 2 veteran journalists, AK Bhattacharya, editor of the Business Standard, and Radhakrishnan Nair, the managing editor of CNN News 18. Gentlemen, appreciate you joining us here on the show. Let me start with the Congress spokesperson. And Mr. Singh, I don't envy your task here today, because as I pointed out, if there is one message that comes out resoundingly from these state elections, it is that the Congress party continues to shrink, the Congress party continues to lose power, and the Congress party is now facing a bleak future. In fact, it's been reduced to perhaps not even as effective a regional party. What kind of introspection is the Congress likely to do post this, sir?
No, let's go by state while we are discussing all this. Now, if you see Assam, 15 years we were ruling Assam. It was a 15-year anti-incumbency wave. And over and above that, when Modi came to power, he did not support Tarun Gogoi. He was quite hostile, whether that was Assam floods or whether it was appointing it as a government industrial policy. They had to support Assam. They did not do that. So there were so many reasons to that. And they did a good alliance. We could not do alliance. So there were so many reasons why we lost Assam. Kerala, of course, we could not win. There was again so many things going on over there, but we are forming a government in Puducherry. We have increased our numbers in Tamil Nadu from 5 to 15. We have increased our numbers in West Bengal. We are coming to 46, 47. We are the second party over there. Probably we will be giving the leader of opposition. So you can't say that Congress is being wiped out. Still, there are so many elections to come.
Okay, it's heartening to see that you can still see the silver lining in this picture, Mr. Charan Singh. But I'll come back to you in just a second. Let me move on to Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, congratulations on the kind of success that the BJP has seen. But if I could ask you to talk about Assam, because that really is the big victory as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. The way that Mr. Sonowal has actually wrested power from Tarun Gogoi in the state of Assam. Has the BJP learnt lessons from the experience in Delhi and Bihar, where you chose to go the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi route as opposed to projecting a local leader? Is this now going to be the prescription for future state elections as well?
Shereen, there is nothing called an electoral template. So we certainly have learned from every election, and particularly from elections that we have lost in the past, including Bihar and Delhi, without a doubt. And but there are no standard solutions or standard formulae to be applied in electoral situations. Assam was a state where the issues were entirely local, and Assamese identity was the foremost item on the agenda. So we certainly wanted to give a face who can directly relate to the people of Assam. Whether the same thing can be done in other states, I think, is a matter of conjecture. And certainly the context in every election calls for a different kind of electoral strategy. Our strategy in Assam has worked. We have decimated Congress. This is the only bastion left for the Congress party. In every other state, Congress had not been in power for more than 5 years. So after having claimed Maharashtra from them, after having claimed where they were in power for 15 years, Haryana where they were in power for 10 years, now this is the last bastion. The Congress is on a terminal decline, and if they do not wish to see it, I think it's good luck to us.
Well, it certainly is. Good luck to you, Mr. Rao. But Radhakrishnan, let me ask you about the state of Kerala now. What's gone wrong there for Oommen Chandy? You know, this is a big loss for the Congress party. Have those corruption charges, the corruption allegation really stuck? Has that cost Oommen Chandy? Of course, the simplistic argument, as was being put forward by the Congress spokesperson, is anti-incumbency. But would you go as far as to say that it is the stink of corruption that really has cost Oommen Chandy this election?
I think, Shereen, it's anti-incumbency is a part and parcel of Kerala. Every 5 years, there's an alternate government that we return. But I think this time, this corruption charges, you know, because there are 5 ministers against whom serious charges, and the party president wanted them to be kept out. But Oommen Chandy put his foot down and said that no, I will contest. If they're not there in the elections, I myself am not there. I think that seems to have not gone down well with the people of Kerala. A government which has not done badly over the last 5 years.
If you talk about the development card, and that's what now most state leaders are talking about, Oommen Chandy delivered on the development card, did he not?
His governance track record has been good, so he thought that he'll be able to sell that thing. But the opposition sold the corruption charges better than his ability to sell the development card, and that seems to have unsettled the apple cart there.
Okay, let's now talk about what this could mean as far as the national implications are concerned. Let me bring in Rajeev Chandrasekhar, member of the Rajya Sabha, into this conversation. Rajeev, appreciate you joining us. You know, the big question now is, as far as legislative process is concerned, is this going to strengthen the government's hand at the centre? In my conversation with the finance minister yesterday, he said, I would like consensus. I cannot wait forever. Enough is enough. We will ensure the passage of the GST in the next session of Parliament. You're a member of the GST parliamentary panel, Rajeev. Mamta Banerjee coming out openly today saying we support the GST, we will help in its passage. Do you believe the GST is now a done deal in the next session of Parliament?
No, I mean, I used to be very confidently predicting the passage of the GST bill about 3 sessions ago. So I've stopped that business of predicting the passage of the GST bill, Shereen. But I think there is one message out of all of this for the Congress, that their political strategy of obstructing good legislation, you know, good things for the economy, just obstructing for the sake of obstructing, isn't giving them the political dividends that they thought they were going to get. And I'm hoping that they would see in themselves the need to support these bills as being smart politics even for themselves. So, you know, I think the finance minister is right.
Let me put that point, Rajeev, to Mr. Charan Singh, the spokesperson of the Congress party. You know, Rajeev is echoing what the BJP President Amit Shah has said. In fact, I'm quoting him, people disrupting Parliament have been shown the door. Mr. Charan Singh, while the arithmetic in the Rajya Sabha will still ensure that the Congress party is ahead of the Bharatiya Janata Party, but will you now allow the passage, for instance, of the GST bill? As the finance minister pointed out, the bill isn't very different from the bill that you had put forward. There could be some negotiations on that 1% tax, but is the Congress now willing to do business?
See, the GST was first of all brought by Congress party itself. At that time, the BJP had opposed it. Now
we know that. We know the history. We know the past. I'm asking you about the future,
We have just put three legitimate conditions in that, which the BJP has to agree. They have probably agreed for it. Now they have to just sit across the table and go ahead with it. They have to sit, either Jaitley or PM Modi has to sit with the Congress leaders in Delhi, and they have to work out a solution on that. There's no hassle in that.
Okay, that's good to hear. There's no hassle in that. Leaders should sit across the table. AKB, does that give you hope that finally, I mean, we've heard this story, as Rajeev was telling us, play out several times over the last couple of parliament sessions, but do you believe that this time perhaps there is a real chance that we will see the passage of the GST bill?
Well, let us understand the numbers very clearly. I think these election results do not significantly change the composition of the Rajya Sabha. So to expect that these results will have a beneficial impact on the passage of the GST bill in Rajya Sabha will perhaps be, hoping for something which is unreal. But what it will do, the results will do, is change the chemistry considerably, where the mood will be not, at least from the Congress side, not to disrupt and draw the right lessons from the electoral verdict and not come in the way. So I think because the Trinamool Congress leader, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, has said that they will support the GST bill, which is a big thing, and I think the Congress may get marginalized on this issue, and probably the BJP will have a little more wiggle room with the other parties in the Rajya Sabha to strike a kind of a bargain by making some compromises here and there and get the GST bill through. So I'm hopeful, but I'm not hopeful because the numbers have changed. The numbers remain the same.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, because the BJP will only go up marginally from the current 49 seats that they have to about 53. So the arithmetic isn't going to change significantly. But Mr. Rao, if I could ask you this, you've got the Congress spokesperson saying that let's sit across the table and there's no hassle in negotiating. The finance minister said till the last moment I will try to negotiate with the Congress party. The only regional party which is non-committal on its support to you is the AIADMK. Are you now going to make a concerted attempt to try and reach out to the Congress as well as Jayalalitha to ensure the passage of the bill in this session, sir? This is really the big question. When we talk about reforms, this is the only reform that investors are worried about, investors are hoping for.
Shereen, this election may not change the numbers so much in Rajya Sabha, because two of these states just had Rajya Sabha elections a couple of months ago. But this will have a sobering effect on the parties that have really pursued politics of negative politics, politics of anti-development. I think this is certainly this would have a salutary effect on any party that is concerned about the future, and also the ability of the Congress party to act as an anchor, as a centrifugal force for other political parties in parliament, has completely diminished today. I think it would amount today, the Congress party looks like yet another regional party in the country with possibly lesser numbers than what they have in Lok Sabha or in the state assemblies. So certainly I think this opposition, for the sake of opposition, to prevent somehow a success of Prime Minister Modi's agenda, I think this would take a backseat, and I certainly expect the Congress party to be truly be willing to negotiate and discuss and agree on an agenda, and not simply make lame excuses that they have done for many months by simply not really coming around to discussing any of these items
that is the
that have
hope,
been pending
gentlemen.
in
That is the hope, that both sides will actually sit across the table and get this done. But gentlemen, I am going to have to take a quick break. But when we return, we'll talk about the importance of strategic partnerships. We'll talk about the threat of regional parties and their growing dominance for Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his plan for 2019. And of course, we'll talk about the possibility of a third front. All of that and more when we return.